Hi, I'm Ailbhe McDonagh. In this video, we'll be talking about more advanced string crossings. Please do have a little recap and look back at my video on earlier string crossings in my Cello Basics series. Previously, we discussed our cello bow circles, or bovals as I sometimes call them, bow ovals. So if we're doing a down bow from a lower string, going to an up bow on a higher string, you can see here, it's a little anti-clockwise oval shape. Again, if we do a down bow on the upper string, going to an up bow on the lower, we're now going in this direction, and that's a clockwise circle. So sometimes we have slurred string crossings, and what do we do in that case? Well, a wonderful exercise to look at is exercise number 3 and Etude number 6 in Feuillard's Etudes for the Young Cellist. Let's have a look at number 3. What Feuillard wants us to look at here is a slightly smaller movement of string crossing. So look at this. It's 2 notes to the slur. Okay, so you can see there, if we follow this part of the bow, it's just a little part of the arc of an anti-clockwise circle. Okay. Now we have to get back down again to an up bow. And this time the up bow was going this direction. Okay. So this one is slightly more tricky when we think about the circles. So we've got, so we just did that arc, which goes in this direction, so anti-clockwise. And then when we're up there on the down bow, we have to do a clockwise circle to get back down to the up bow. Anti-clockwise again. And now we're going to do a little clockwise circle to get back down. So I've broken it down into very small pieces there. So you don't really have to ingest all of that information straight away, because when we do this stroke, it feels really like a figure of 8. Let's have a look. You can see what I mean in that this direction. So we're always looking at this part of the bow so that we can see the direction of the circles. So let's put in a little bit of left hand. But before I ever do the left hand, I would think, okay, let's really keep the angle small. Good. I'm going to exaggerate someone playing 2 strings, but over-exaggerating the angles. Let me just show you. So you see I'm actually clearing the string quite a lot, but actually too much. So imagine we're playing the 2 strings together. You could almost play them almost together. And then just move further away. You can also hold on to this part of your arm to make sure that you are actually using your wrist. That's very hard to do on your own, but it does help you feel a little freer at this part of your wrist. Let's add in the left hand. New level. So my elbow now for the second line has to be a little higher. So we're always just thinking about the level we need for the 2 strings that we're playing on currently. Now let's have a look at Etude number 6. So this is a similar type of etude, but rather than just playing 2 notes under the slur, we're now playing 4. It does, of course, sound very like the Bach prelude in G major. So let's have a look at this again. So this is just a little wave motion that we have here. So all circular. The interesting thing about this one is that you can't leave your bow angle the same for the G and the D as it will be for the A. So not only do we have to think about the plane that goes this direction, now we need to also think about the plane that goes this direction. See that there? I sometimes call that the pizza spreader. So as I'm turning onto the A and the D level, I'm now pushing the bow forward as if I'm rowing, so that I can have my angle really, really nice for the A and the D string. Let's have a look. Pivot. Pivot back. Pivot. So I'm just going to give an example of what happens if you don't pivot forward for the A string. Let's listen to the sound. So if you listen really closely, the sound is duller when you do that and don't change for your A string angle. Let's try again doing the pivot. Pivot. So what's actually happening is more resonance on the instrument because you are parallel now to the angle of the bridge. I hope you really have fun with this one. It's a beautiful etude to work on. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.